Have you ever noticed that your balance doesn't feel as steady as it once did, but you can't pinpoint why? Maybe you've started leaning on walls for support, taking shorter steps on uneven surfaces, or pausing before stepping off a curb. It often doesn't start with a fall. Rather, it's these small, gradual moments that add up. What begins as a subtle loss of confidence eventually turns into a full-blown fear of falling. But here's something that often goes unsaid. Your balance doesn't disappear overnight. In most cases, it fades gradually, due to 5 common and avoidable mistakes. The good news is that once you're aware of these mistakes, you can stop the decline and even rebuild the stability you've lost. In this video, we'll explore these 5 mistakes and share simple, practical solutions that will help you regain your confidence and balance. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, these steps could make all the difference between cautious steps and walking with confidence. Let's jump in. Before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you like this video. It helps me spread the message about staying active as we age. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. And if you like this video, comment with a 1 or comments 0 if you didn't, so I can keep improving. Let's dive into the first mistake. Mistake 1. Ignoring foot and ankle strength. Many people believe that balance is all about the brain or mainly relies on core and hip stability. While these areas certainly play a role, the true foundation of balance is often overlooked. Your feet and ankles. These small yet vital parts of your body are the first line of defense when it comes to stability. Every time you walk on uneven ground, step off a curb, or catch yourself from a misstep, your ankles are there making tiny adjustments to your posture, absorbing shock, and sending vital feedback to your brain to help you stay upright. As we age, we naturally lose strength and flexibility in our feet and ankles. But it's not just the aging process. Often it's because we stop challenging them. Modern shoes with thick, cushioned soles reduce the need for natural foot engagement. Years of walking on flat, predictable surfaces like hardwood or pavement also mean our feet aren't getting the workout they need. Many people also avoid walking barefoot, which further weakens the muscles, tendons, and ligaments in our feet. There are stiff, unresponsive ankles that struggle to correct even minor imbalances, leading to hesitation in movement and a higher risk of falling. Take George, for example, a 76-year-old man I once worked with. He hadn't had any major injuries and his vision was sharp, but he found himself stumbling more frequently. "It feels like my feet don't react quickly enough," he told me. When we evaluated his ankle mobility, we discovered it was severely restricted. His feet had essentially fallen asleep from years of neglect. But after just 2 weeks of simple exercises, foot circles to restore mobility, towel scrunches to reactivate his arches, and calf raises to build strength, his balance improved significantly. "I had no idea how much my feet mattered," he shared. "Now I can feel them working again." You can test your own foot and ankle strength right now. Try standing. When you try standing barefoot and lifting yourself onto your tiptoes, do you find yourself wobbling or struggling to stay balanced? How about standing on one foot? Do your ankles feel responsive and ready to adjust, or do they seem sluggish and unstable? If it's the latter, you're not alone, but it's a clear sign that the foundation of your balance is weak. Without action, that weakness will only worsen. The good news is that strengthening your feet and ankles doesn't require expensive equipment or complex exercises. It starts with reawakening the muscles that have become inactive over time. Try walking barefoot on different surfaces like grass, sand, or a textured mat to stimulate sensory feedback. Roll a tennis ball under your foot to relieve tension and boost circulation. Stretch your calves every day to maintain flexibility. And most importantly, practice slow, intentional movements, like mindful walking or controlled heel-to-toe steps that encourage your feet to actively engage rather than relying on external support. When your feet and ankles are strong, the benefits extend far beyond balance. Your posture improves, your movements become smoother and more efficient, and you recover faster from trips or slips. You'll notice the difference in everyday activities, like turning quickly, stepping sideways, or adjusting to sudden shifts in direction. Ignoring foot and ankle strength may seem like a small issue, but it's often the first domino in a chain reaction of balance problems. Strengthen these areas and your body will have a better chance to stay steady, confident, and resilient. If you're still with me and finding these tips helpful, please drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. I appreciate your time. Mistake 2. Skipping balance training. The second mistake is less obvious but just as harmful. Avoiding balance training altogether. On the surface, this may seem harmless, as many people don't think of balance as a skill that needs regular practice. We often assume it just happens automatically, like breathing. However, balance is much more complicated than that. It's a delicate coordination between your muscles, joints, inner ear, vision, and nervous system. And like any skill, if you don't use it, you lose it. As we age, we naturally become more cautious. We walk slower to avoid tripping, steer clear of uneven ground, and stop reaching for high shelves or turning quickly. While this caution can help prevent immediate falls, it creates a dangerous cycle over time. The less we challenge our balance, the weaker it becomes. Our muscles forget how to react quickly. Our brain receives fewer signals from underused nerves, and our confidence in movement declines, making us even more hesitant. Linda, a 73-year-old woman I worked with, summed it up perfectly. I just try not to move too fast anymore. When we tested her balance with simple drills like standing with her feet close together and walking heel to toe in a straight line, she was shocked by how unsteady she felt. I had no idea I'd lost that, she said. I thought I was being careful, but I was actually making myself weaker. The solution isn't to take on extreme balance challenges or risky stunts. It's about small, consistent exercises that introduce controlled instability. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, practicing slow, flowing Tai Chi movements to improve coordination, or walking heel to toe along a straight line. Arms outstretched for balance, even something as simple as standing with your feet together and closing your eyes for a few seconds can help improve your body's awareness. These small exercises do more than just strengthen muscles. They help retrain your brain and body to work together more efficiently. They teach your system to adjust, recover, and stabilize smoothly. Over time, these practices rebuild not just your physical stability, but also your confidence. A person with strong balance moves with certainty. They can confidently stride through a crowd without hesitation, reach for objects without worrying about their footing, and most importantly, trust their body to react when needed. Avoiding balance training may feel safer in the short term, but it quietly steals your agility, reaction time, and independence as time goes on. The solution: embrace small balance challenges every day. Balance is not just about staying upright, it's about staying capable, fearless, and free in your movements for years to come. Mistake 3. Wearing improper or unstable footwear indoors. One of the most common yet often overlooked mistakes seniors make is wearing inappropriate footwear at home, or worse, walking barefoot on slippery surfaces. At first glance, this might seem like a minor issue, one that's easy to dismiss among the many challenges that come with aging. But the reality is much more serious. Wearing the wrong shoes is one of the leading preventable causes of falls at home, which can lead to fractures, hospitalizations, and a devastating loss of independence. Our feet are the foundation of our balance. They act as natural stabilizers and shock absorbers, a biomechanical marvel containing bones, joints, muscles, and nerve endings that all work together to keep us upright. When we compromise this system by wearing shoes that lack proper arch support, loose slippers that constantly slide off, or walking barefoot on hard, smooth surfaces like tile or hardwood, we disable our body's first line of defense against falls. Without adequate grip, cushioning, and support, our feet can't perform their vital functions, leaving us more vulnerable to slips, trips, and dangerous stumbles, especially when navigating uneven surfaces or rugs. Take Jack, a once active 79-year-old retiree, who never thought much about what he wore around the house. For years, I just walked around in socks, even at night when I'd get up to use the bathroom, he recalled. His attitude changed after one frightening evening when his foot slipped on a small throw rug. I caught myself just in time on the doorframe, he said, his voice still shaky from the memory. But here's the thing, it wasn't the rug's fault. When I thought about it, I realized my socks offered no traction at all. I'd been sliding around my own house for years without realizing how risky that was. The issues caused by improper footwear go far beyond simple slip. Shoes with thin, worn-out soles provide minimal shock absorption and lack the support needed for balance. Transmitting excess force to your joints with every step can worsen arthritis pain and increase discomfort. Footwear that is too loose or has smooth, worn-out treads can cause the foot to slide around inside the shoe, creating instability with every movement. On the flip side, shoes with excessive cushioning or heels, even modest ones, can be just as dangerous. They reduce proprioception, the body's ability to sense its position in space, by diminishing the foot's direct contact with the ground. This lack of feedback makes it harder for your brain to make the micro-adjustments necessary to maintain balance, especially when you encounter sudden obstacles or changes in surface. So what makes for truly supportive, stability-enhancing footwear? The best shoes for preventing falls have several key features: firm arch support to ensure proper foot alignment, a flat yet flexible sole that allows natural foot movement while maintaining solid contact with the ground, and high-quality non-slip treads that keep you steady on various surfaces. For outdoor wear, look for well-made walking shoes or sneakers from reputable brands known for their durability and support. Indoors, consider non-slip house shoes or slippers with secure fastenings. Avoid backless styles, and opt for high-quality grip socks with silicone traction patterns on the soles. It's important to note that we're not recommending shoes for looks or just basic comfort. We're talking about equipping your feet with the necessary support to keep you upright and moving confidently. The wrong footwear, whether indoors or outdoors, can quietly undermine your balance and make you more hesitant, increasing your risk of fall. Proper shoes, however, work in harmony with your body's natural balance systems, offering a stable foundation for confident movement. This is one of the easiest yet most impactful changes you can make today. Take a moment to critically evaluate your current footwear. Do your shoes fit well without being too tight or too loose? Do they provide adequate arch support and enough tread? Are the soles flexible yet supportive? If your current shoes fall short in any of these areas, it might be time to replace them. While this might seem like a small adjustment, upgrading your footwear can lead to dramatic improvements in your balance, significantly lowering your fall risk and improving your overall mobility and independence. If you're still watching and finding these tips helpful, please comment with a 2 to let me know you're still with me. I appreciate your time. Mistake 4. Relying too much on furniture or walls to walk. The fourth major mistake that compromises balance in older adults is excessive reliance on furniture, walls, countertops, or other stationary objects for support while moving around the home. This habit often develops gradually, and while it might feel reassuring in the moment, it creates what experts refer to as false safety. This false sense of security can actually accelerate the decline of your balance, increasing the risk of falls over time rather than reducing it. Every time you grab onto a chair, back, countertop, or wall for support, your body becomes more dependent on external objects. This prevents your muscles and balance systems from doing the work they need to stay strong and responsive. Although these supports may feel safe in the moment, they're slowly reducing your body's ability to balance on its own. For support, you might press your palm against the wall for stability or shuffle along while leaning heavily on countertop. By doing this, you're sending a powerful subconscious message to your neuromuscular system. I don't trust you to keep me upright on your own. With repeated use of external supports, this reliance can trigger a vicious cycle. The less you challenge your body's natural balance mechanisms, the weaker and less responsive they become. The muscles most important for stability, particularly those in your ankles, legs, hips, and core, gradually weaken from lack of use. Meanwhile, the neural pathways that help coordinate balance and spatial awareness become less efficient due to inactivity. Sarah, 75-year-old grandmother, provides a perfect example of this. After a minor fall several years ago, she started using a cane, even for short distances around the house. At first, it was just for peace of mind, she explained. But over time, I realized I couldn't walk from the living room to the kitchen without it. What started as a temporary precaution soon turned into a permanent crutch, and as a result, her balance ability suffered. Through a carefully supervised balance program that gradually reduced her reliance on the cane, Sarah was able to rebuild both her confidence and strength. The turning point came when I realized I was reaching for walls even when I didn't need to, she recalled. Now I can walk around my house freely and feel stronger than I have in years. The physiological impact of over-relying on external supports is significant. When you habitually use furniture or walls for balance, you're outsourcing the work that should be done by your musculoskeletal system. The postural muscles that should naturally engage with each step become lazy, losing strength and responsive. At the same time, your vestibular system, inner ear balance, and proprioceptive system, body awareness, become less efficient, as they aren't getting enough practice interpreting subtle weight shifts. This leads to slower, less accurate responses when slips or trips occur. To assess your reliance on external supports, try this simple test. Walk across your living room or down a hallway without touching any furniture or walls. Pay attention to how you feel. Do you move confidently, or does anxiety set in? Do you find yourself instinctively reaching for nearby objects? If this exercise feels difficult, it's a clear sign that your body has adapted to depending on external supports instead of maintaining its natural balance. The solution is to systematically reduce your dependence on furniture and walls through progressive balance training. Start by practicing standing unassisted for increasing periods of time. Begin with 30 seconds near a sturdy support, and gradually work your way up to several minutes. Next, take 2 or 3 deliberate steps without touching anything, using proper heel-to-toe walking technique. Over weeks and months, slowly increase the distance you can walk independently while maintaining good posture with your head up and shoulders back. This process requires both physical and psychological effort. Physically, you're rebuilding strength in neglected stabilizing muscles, while mentally you're regaining confidence in your ability to move freely without relying on external support. Muscle strengthening and retraining your nervous system's balance reflexes are key to regaining stability.
Mentally, you're also overcoming the fear of falling by proving to yourself that your body can still maintain balance. Many older adults are surprised at how quickly they regain confidence and ability once they begin practicing unsupported movement regularly. It's important to clarify that this doesn't mean abandoning necessary assisted devices when they're medically required. Instead, it's about ensuring we don't rely on environmental supports as a replacement for maintaining our natural balance. With patience and consistent practice, most older adults can significantly reduce their dependence on furniture and walls for support, leading to better posture, stronger muscles, and a drastically reduced risk of falling. If you're still with me and finding these tips helpful, please comment with a 3 below to let me know you're still watching. Thank you for your time. Mistake 5. Ignoring vision and inner ear health. The fifth, and often overlooked, mistake contributing to balance issues in older adults involves neglecting two key physiological systems, vision and the vestibular inner ear function. What many don't realize is that balance is not just about leg strength or coordination. It's an incredibly complex process that relies on input from multiple sensory systems, with vision and the inner ear playing vital roles. As we age, natural changes in our vision can significantly impact our balance. Our pupils become smaller and less responsive to light changes. The lens of the eye becomes less flexible and more yellow, and the retina's light-sensitive cells deteriorate. These changes reduce visual clarity, depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral awareness, essential factors for safely navigating your environment. When your vision struggles to detect floor-level obstacles, judge step heights, or adjust quickly to lighting changes like walking from a bright room into a dim hallway, your brain doesn't have the precise spatial information it needs to maintain balance. At the same time, the vestibular system in our inner ear, which functions as our balance organ, also undergoes age-related decline. This complex network of fluid-filled canals and sensitive hair cells detects head movements in our position relative to gravity. As these structures deteriorate, the brain receives less accurate information about body position, making it more difficult to maintain equilibrium, especially during complex movements like turning quickly or looking upward. Tom's story, an 80-year-old former tennis player, illustrates how these systems work together. Tom had been active his entire life, but started experiencing unexplained stumbles, particularly in unfamiliar environments or low-light conditions. I just assumed it was normal aging. I'd catch my toe on slight unevenness in sidewalks or misjudged steps. A thorough evaluation revealed several contributing factors: outdated eyeglass prescriptions that failed to address his developing cataracts, significant hearing loss that affected his vestibular function, and undiagnosed benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, a common inner ear disorder. After updating his glasses, getting hearing aids, and completing a treatment program for BPPV, Tom's balance improved significantly. Tom's progress with vestibular rehabilitation therapy was remarkable. It was like someone turned the lights back on, he said. I hadn't realized how much sensory information I'd been missing until it was restored. The key takeaway here is that many age-related vision and vestibular issues are treatable, yet they often go unaddressed for years. Regular comprehensive eye exams, not just basic vision screenings, can identify treatable problems like cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or outdated prescription. Specialized tests can evaluate depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral vision, crucial components for balance. Similarly, vestibular disorders like BPPV, labyrinthitis, or Meniere's disease often respond well to targeted therapies once properly diagnosed. If you experience certain warning signs, it's important to seek professional evaluation. These signs include frequent tripping or stumbling, especially in low light, difficulty judging step heights or curbs, new sensitivity to busy environments like crowded stores,
episodes of dizziness or vertigo, especially with head movements, a sensation of floating or swimming while walking, and the need to touch walls for stability in the dark. Many older adults dismiss these symptoms as simply part of aging, unaware that they may indicate treatable condition. Neglecting these issues can have serious consequences. When your eyes and inner ears send conflicting or unclear information to your brain, your balance systems have to work harder with less reliable data, significantly increasing your fall risk. The good news is that addressing these concerns can lead to significant improvements. Updating eyeglass prescriptions, especially for intermediate and near vision, which is essential for navigating floors and steps. Treating correctable eye diseases, doing vestibular rehabilitation exercise, and sometimes using hearing aids, which can also improve balance, can restore much of your stability. Modern solutions like improving home lighting, particularly with night lights, using high-contrast tape on step edges, and wearing yellow-tinted glasses for better contrast in low light,
can provide extra support. The key is recognizing that vision and inner ear health are integral to your balance system, deserving the same attention as muscle strength and flexibility. By proactively maintaining and optimizing these sensory systems, you ensure your brain receives clear and accurate information, helping you stay steady on your feet. This holistic approach to balance, which includes strengthening the muscles, improving proprioception, and caring for vision and vestibular health, offers the best defense against falls and the loss of independence they can cause. Don't let treatable sensory impairments affect your stability when solutions are available. So what's one thing you'll start practicing today to improve your balance? Maybe it's strengthening your ankles, adding daily balance exercises, or even checking your shoes for better support. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content to help you stay confident and live fearless. Thanks for watching, and remember, small steps today lead to steadier strides tomorrow. See you in the next video.